The sound source for this patch is a ring mod. Make sure both are turned all the way up and your switches to audio. And then ring mod all the way up in the filter section. You're going to be playing oscillator 1, but I leave it around 11K to start. The sawtooth wave is going to be patched to the voltage controlled switch. That's going to shut off the ring mod every other pulse, which is going to create this kind of a ratcheting sound when it gets into the lower octaves. VCO1 is an audio range, and the first slider is about 3/4 of the way up, second slider about halfway up. The first slider is patched into an inversion of the sample and hold output. The second slider is just the ADSR inverted and modding the frequency. This gives it kind of the swooping sound you hear every so often. Oscillator 2 is also an audio range. We're at about 1K here. And the sample and hold slider is about 3/4 of the way up. This is the range of notes coming from the sample and hold. VCO3 is our LFO, so keyboard is switched to off. I have it set to about 2 kHz for my pattern of notes, and the sawtooth wave is plugged into the sample and hold. The filter is being shaped only by the ADSR, and I have it about 3/4 of the way up. The attack is just below the first line. Everything else is right on the lines as it goes up. One cable of the ADSR is going into the electronic switch. The other cable is going into one of the voltage processors. The electronic switch shuts off half of the ring mod every other gate. To illustrate what the electronic switch is doing in this patch by shutting off half of the ring mod, I'm going to unpatch it just so you can hear it. Plug it in. For sample and hold, levels all the way up and rates about halfway. The selection of notes is coming from sampling our LFO of VCO number 3. In this patch, we're only using the voltage processor to invert. The ADSR is being patched into the keyboard CV, slider's about halfway across, and our inversion goes into VCO1's second slider. The output of sample and hold is going into one of the inverters, and it is about a little less than halfway, and the output of that is going into the first slider of VCO1. In the VCA, just turn up your VCF and your ADSR. In the mixer section, turn up the VCF and the VCA all the way. Turn the reverb all the way. And that's your patch.